Who in your life criticizes you the most? It's probably yourself. Most of us have this inner voice, this inner critic that tells us every time we do something wrong, every time that we fail, every time that we try something and it doesn't go the way that we expected it to. And this narration is tearing down your self-esteem from the inside. Ask yourself, is this function genuinely helpful? How many times have you benefited from being critical towards yourself? Is it constructive criticism, or is it just criticism for the sake of making yourself feel bad? Because we are addicted to our emotions, and the patterns that we repeat, that we get used to, we find ways to indulge back into them so that we can feel more of what we're used to feeling. That way it's on a comfortable loop and we can just be used to it. But this type of thinking usually doesn't solve any real problems, and it doesn't help you progress in your life towards your goals. All it does is tear you down and make you feel worse about yourself. I'm asking you right now to stop, or at least question it, and ask yourself whether or not you want to bring it further forward into your life. I understand you have plenty of rationalizations, as did I, right? This is the way that I self-course correct. This is the way that I keep myself on track. This is the way that I can get myself to feel motivated, to push myself, right? To do the right thing. But there are other ways to generate all of that and more way easier. It doesn't have to come from a negative place. It doesn't have to be beating down on yourself and making yourself feel worse about a mistake that you've already made or things that you've done in the past, right? Because once you're in that state of mind, your memories are very state dependent too. So all of a sudden you're recalling every moment where you did something wrong and leveraging that against yourself to make yourself feel even worse. Do you see how this is a vicious spiral? And the more that you indulge it, right, the more that you feed this wolf, the bigger it grows and the stronger it becomes, to the point where eventually you feel like you have no control at all, and it's dictating your decision making. It's making you feel like you're not worth what you want and you don't deserve the things that you're after, and you're just this person who's flawed and you've got all these problems and you can't be fixed. That's not true. This is a story that we buy into as a result of feeding the wrong mechanism. Instead of looking at all the things you've done wrong, I want you to ask yourself, what have I done right? Switch the focus. And you might not even realize how much you do this unconsciously, but the moment that you make it conscious, it will become extremely clear and evident in broad daylight, right? It can't hide anymore in the shadows, because that's where it lurks without you really even being aware. Once you're aware, it's pretty difficult to go backwards, because now you know, and it just feels wrong to do something that you know is harming yourself and not helping you progress. So what have you done right? And what will you continue to do right? Start to gather evidence that is in your favor, that shows you that you are becoming the person that you want to be, that you are doing the right things, that you are capable. You have so much in you that's good. And if you put emphasis on it, it grows stronger and greater every single day. And it's quick and easy to build momentum. All you have to do, a couple of simple things. If you make a promise to yourself that you'll clean the house, then you clean the house. If you promise yourself you're gonna work out, you work out. If you're gonna eat well, you eat well, right? If you're gonna spend time with people that you care about, then you do that. And all of a sudden, it starts to stack. And pretty quickly, before you know it, you feel way better about yourself. Now, these are simple things, right? It should be pretty obvious, but what's really scary is that once you're in a negative loop and once you are self-criticizing, it's so easy to do more and more and more and more. And before you know it, you start isolating, pulling yourself back. You're not as social. You don't interact with people the same way. You kind of pull yourself away from all the things that could make you feel better. And you say, I don't have the energy for it, or I don't feel like it, or why am I always tired? Most of our energy is depleted through our mental faculties. And if you take a moment to really look at what's going on behind the scenes, you'll realize that it's self-sabotage, and it's these patterns that have taken hold and they have this grip on you. But you have to shake and shake yourself loose from those chains so that you're no longer trapped. It can happen in any area of your life, or it can happen across the board. But the moment that you take charge and you say, okay, let's build some positive momentum, and you do something that's easy, the low-hanging fruit, then it's addictive as well, because the essence of life is growth, and the more that you grow and the more that you can feel yourself moving forward, the better you start to feel about yourself, and your core self-esteem starts to rise. And that's really what we're looking for, to elevate your core self-esteem. That way, that self-critical voice really doesn't have much power or leverage. It will almost seem kind of funny or silly. You won't identify with it anymore, because that's the real scary part. We buy into it and think, oh, that's me. That's how I think. These are my thoughts. No, they're not. You got them from somewhere. Someone probably passed them on to you. Now, would you like to keep them, or would you like to kick them out and replace them with something that's genuinely constructive? It's your decision. However you want to feel, however you want to think, whatever you want to believe, these are all within your control. You might not be able to change everything out here in the world, but you can definitely change everything that goes on in your head. At any point you decide, this is going to be different now. I'm going to think like this. I'm going to believe a new story about myself, about who I am, about where I'm going. All of a sudden, you're empowered, and that breeds really so much momentum. You can carry that and break through almost any obstacle, because it's you. You are in your own way. You are criticizing yourself, sure, but it's only a part of you. And that part can be changed and switched and modified. And you have so much more flexibility, and there is so much room for improvement. It's really wild. Neuroplasticity. You have the ability to shape and change the pathways in your brain. You can change how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world, how you feel about other people, the people around you, people as a whole, right? You've got the power to shift all of those beliefs, and all it takes is a moment to decide, you know what? I want something different. I want to try out something that actually feels good. No longer am I going to hang on to that old pattern that I was used to, because I don't think it's really getting me anywhere. So at least as an experiment, I'm going to try out something different, just to see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Probably wouldn't be that bad. Chances are you're gonna like it. It's like trying out new and better clothes. When they fit well and you feel good in them, you just go, yeah, I'm gonna wear this now. It's better than what I was wearing before. It's simple. And when you find the right fit and you think the right way, such as instead of being destructive and criticizing yourself, you start to think constructively and actually encouraging yourself, everything becomes way easier. And because it's easier, you build more momentum, you feel even better about yourself. Do you see? It becomes a self-fulfilling, really healthy, happy, positive spiral and prophecy. So you decide what the story will be. You decide what kind of momentum you want that will really help you the most and make the biggest impact in your life. And whether you've been self-criticizing just a little or a lot and all the time with high frequency, right? It doesn't matter. You can spot it, you can identify it, and you can ask yourself, is this useful? Really? You really believe that? Try it, test it. A different way of talking to yourself, of thinking about yourself. Encourage instead of discourage. Positive reinforcement instead of criticism. And all of a sudden, everything starts to shift. And hey, if you would like my personal support, coaching, guidance, and accountability every week to make sure that you're performing at your absolute best, then I invite you to jump over to erafael.com. Link is in the description. Book a one-on-one call with me, and then we'll talk. Can't wait to meet you and see what's going on in your life and how I can help you and support you to make sure that you're performing at your absolute best. Again, if you want to take advantage of that, link in the description. Book the call over there. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you on the next one.